So for us, we were always big on home brewing. So we really just took the mechanics out of the game systems and just put our own worlds with it and did what we want with it. Um, so for us, at least for me, I never really saw, I never read the lore in the game system books. Even when was a GM, we just played our own thing. So that was never really a problem for for us for a while. But we'll get there. Go on.
And so, with these conditions and me at the time not walking with Christ like I should have, I was not being discerning and I was not looking deep at the books. It wasn't until I picked up a book called Exalted. Now, what attracted me to this game was it allowed you to play a very high power, high level fantasy. And I had not seen any other games that offered that. So it was unique, it was different, and I was like, ooh, I'm excited to see what stories we can tell with this. And this is the game that gave me my wake up call. As I was reading through the rules, I eventually came on their magic section. And there's various ways you could have your powers, drink like a special elixir that grants you abilities. And then there was one in particular where you make a contract with a demon known as Mara. For those unfamiliar, this is the name of a very real world demon from Indian mythology.
And unfortunately, this is not a rare case of tabletop using real demon names or incorporating things like tarot cards. It actually pops up in many of the popular systems.
Oftentimes, games that it, tarot is a very weird thing to include, but they're there.
Yeah.
We can discuss on that later, but ultimately, reading the rules of how you keep and maintain your magic power with this demon, the game asks you to. I'll try to word this so YouTube doesn't have a fit. The game asks you to seduce another, have intimacy with them, and at the climax of the event, to reap their soul and then offer their soul up to your demonic patron in exchange for a little bit of magic power.
Now, if you're telling me that that is just a fantasy that Christians are okay with indulging in, maybe you should do a little more pray. That is so dark and wicked. It should never, that should just not be a thing.